Monday. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about goal setting and just about things that happen along the way when you're kind of in your new phase of starting your new life. If you were previously married and you were like me, you were a stay-at-home mom mostly, the new thing would be getting back into the workforce, whatever that may look like for you. For me, it looked like starting my own business, doing a bunch of reselling, wholesaling, and just finding what works. I will say right now, one of the biggest issues I'm going through, which is making me sad, is I'm trying to figure out the whole Amazon setup, how to get my stuff put up on Amazon. I've been working with a Fiverr person and it just has not been going well. And it makes me want to give up, but I can't and I won't. But it's like, these are some of the things I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to basically say it's not all rainbows and butterflies. There are days when I am ready to give up, so stressed out. I really believe in what I'm doing and what I want to do, and it aligns with it. It just seems like there's always a roadblock after roadblock. And then I'll also say, like, getting the money together for your business. I'm starting to realize I might need to get a business loan, but for me, it's like I want to do these little trials before I go that route, because this may sound bad, but this is how I view it. If I'm gonna take out a business loan, which I think is a good idea because I want to do my LLC and all that stuff, I feel like that's a big risk that's worth taking, because if worse comes to worse, you could go bankrupt or something like that. You know what I mean? Which may look like a sign of failure, but like the fact that you have that one, you have like a home bank loan or a home with a house foreclosure or whatever you call it, that you can do. And then you also have one with like credit cards and stuff like that. So I always say with my friends, like, if I'm gonna like go bankrupt, like I want to make sure it's doing the most, like taking a risk on my future and my kids' future, like opening a business, then I would do something like that. So that's kind of the direction I want to go in, is like eventually getting a business loan and really launching my business. But in the meantime, I really want to staple things out and do trial and error. Like right now I have a couple products that were mailed to me from China that I need to get up on my Amazon site. I'm thinking of also trying Walmart. That might be a good one. I do well with Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Depop. All that stuff is fine. That I feel like is successful, that part of my business. Now, the bigger part of my business would be wholesaling, which would be require me to sell on a platform. And the platforms I'd want to use are Amazon, and I'm considering using Walmart. But yeah, it's just, I guess the hard part has been for me is figuring out Amazon. Amazon has so many glitches. Like, they're like, oh, you didn't fill this out right, you didn't do this right, this isn't getting approved, oh, resend me your ID or social, all these things. And it's just like, can I please speak to somebody, a representative, so I can just get this done in like one day? And so I had hired a Fiverr guy to do the work for me, and he didn't end up doing anything to help me. So he wasted a month of my time, but I got reimbursed for that, which was great. But it's like, you just get, at least for me, I'm like having anxiety and I'm super getting impatient with this, but I know this is a direction I want to go in. And one of the things that I've always done that I won't do this time, that I've promised myself, is I'm not going to give up. I usually get to this point of frustration and I give up and I just throw it all away. But I've worked so hard on my website. I've worked so hard on like my reselling stuff, and I'm just kind of at this place where I think I've hit like to go up, it's like a little bit of a roadblock, and I know I can do it. It's really hard. But I guess goal setting, like, this is one of my goals that I set and I want to complete it. I have a goal board that I have like right by my bed, and I always look at it and I'm like, okay, I'm on the right path. I'm just having those days where I doubt myself, which I don't know if you've been there, but that really sucks. But so far, I guess the one thing that keeps me going is I've always made it, and I've always been in a good place of keep moving forward. And that's my saying, keep moving forward. If you've ever seen the movie Meet the Robinsons, that's like the story of my life, adoption and all that stuff. So I love that movie. And one of the sayings is keep moving forward, and that's what I do. So one of the things with this goal that I realized that I need to do is break up my goals into smaller goals, so then that way it doesn't seem so overwhelming. I have like my time with my kids, and then that's when I can do most of the reselling stuff, and go like shopping at I like to shop at I do garage sales. I do estate sales. I really like to go thrifting, a lot of different thrift stores. I used to stick to all the main thrifting, like Goodwill and stuff like that, but I started to scout, and some of my friends have told me there's like all these really good stores that you can find that resell like high value things. Like I found a jacket, for instance, a coat. I ended up keeping it, but like I got it for $20, and then I looked it up and it was worth like $380. You just have to kind of go to the non-name brand places, like Goodwill be like a name brand where everybody goes, and that's not where you're gonna find the really good stuff. So that's something I learned. So you learn something every day, and I know my strategy works and I'll stick to it. I just really, I feel like if I could just break through this Amazon thing, it could make my life so much easier. Breaking those goals down into smaller goals so I can hit them and I don't lose my patience with myself and with Amazon. But yeah, so I'm definitely sticking to this, and I hope that like if you're like me and have a toddler, I have a 3-year-old, I guess. He's not really a toddler. He walks around and talks some shit. But if you have a little one like that, so it makes it harder to work a 9 to 5, and if that's not your goal, like it's not mine. I think that like doing something like what I'm doing is great, but just realizing that it's like, it's not easy. People paint it out like, oh, I just sold this today. I did this much in inventory. And it's like, they built that over time. I always have to tell myself, like, I just started this, like, I've been doing this for less than a year. So I can't assume I'm going to be where all these people that I watch on Instagram and YouTube are going to be. But the goal is to get there, and just little by little at a time. I think it'll get easier when my kid's in school to have more free time to do things, but I think I also suck at time management. Starting to realize, definitely got to work on that, but I guess I'm right where I'm meant to be and where I'm supposed to be, so that's a good thing. So yeah, overall, if you have goals, break them down into smaller goals, write them out on a board. That's something I do, and it works really well. I have a calendar as well, and every day I kind of set goals in there, and I put my to-do tasks in there, and that helps a lot. I've been saving, trying to be better at not spending unnecessary money on things. Like I really like a lot of skincare, hair care. I like a lot of products. That's all I can say is like I'm a product junkie, and I'll have to look at my Amazon box and be like, do I really need this right now? Like I don't need this. I can wait. I have a lot of things that still work or alternatives. Like I have this Asian toner, and I really love it because it's got like, it's just softer. It has like oil in it and stuff. And I also have a whole thing of toner that I haven't used. And so I'm like, okay, I don't need to buy a whole new one when I still have this product. Or I have like 3 different kinds of mousses for my hair. Yeah, I don't know. I'm learning to not be so much of a consumer in the meantime while I hammer out my goals. And yeah, this has just been a frustrating day for me. Plus I have to deal with my ex who for some reason wants to antagonize me any chance he gets, which sucks, because you just want to co-parent cordially and do what's best for your kids. And you think that the person that's known you since you were like 19 would want the best for you, but sometimes people just are out to destroy you, and they don't want to see you happy or succeed because they're not happy. And that's been a hard thing for me, is I have to deal with somebody who doesn't want to be a team player. And that also makes it hard in my business, because sometimes I'll be doing so well and I'll be like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. And then it's like, now I got to go deal with that, which is like a roadblock. Or, it's like, oh, I haven't messed with her today. Let me go do that. And then that can set me off course with my goals and with my, just where I'm trying to be right now and what I'm trying to do. And I don't know if this happens to you, but sometimes when like problems happen in my life, it can like numb me, and it just makes it hard for me to do things. And I just kind of like close down and have to like not do anything for a bit, which is, I don't know, it's like a trauma response maybe. I don't know. But the best way for me to do it, to deal with it, is kind of like a little bit doom scrolling, a little bit of sending quotes to my friends to be like, oh, look at this quote on Instagram. Who does this remind you of? Or, stuff like that, or posting something. It sucks. I don't regret being a single mom, because I got out of a situation I did not want to be in anymore. I tried my hardest, and it didn't really matter what I did. This person was just always out to make things really terrible for me. And I just knew that, like, I don't want my kids to grow up and think that's what a relationship should be. And I just really want them to see me, show them strength, and show them that you can succeed in anything you do. And I'm hoping by the time I'm 50, I am a pilot, because I got my FAA and I'm trying to become a pilot. I think that was definitely the goal I want to do. I want to be able to be like in the Caribbean, somewhere tropical, flying with my little like adventure plane business, giving people tours. But in the meantime, I really want to like hammer these little business goals out and grow with that. And I just always want to work for myself, never do a 9-to-5, and show my kids that they can do the same. They don't have to be a part of this system that, all I know for me as an African-American woman, I've ran into a lot of adversity in the workplace. And it's mostly been like, I guess I don't want to say that, but like, it's usually a woman in the workplace that isn't necessarily, see, I'm trying to word this well so I don't mess anything up, but like, I would say a woman in the workplace who just has it out for me or has it out for certain people. And I don't deal well with having to go to a job every day and be around somebody I don't want to be around. That's like something I refuse to do. I'd rather do 100 other things that suck than be around people that I do not like. So it's always been my goal to work for myself. And then hopefully I can have people that work for me that I enjoy being around, that I can choose to have in my space. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. And if you know, being in the workplace as an African-American woman sucks. And it wasn't that I couldn't do it. It was just that I didn't want to be in those environments. And being in Nevada, I grew up in Orange County, but like being in Nevada, it's not a very diverse workplace, and that kind of sucks too. So I really like that I can just like, most of my people that I listen to, whose podcasts or whatever, are people that are online that look like me or have gone through what I've gone through. And like that is reassuring, and like I enjoy that. So yeah, again, last but not least, I just want to say, set those goals, make them small if you have to, keep moving along. It is hard. I'm going through a hard little bit with that right now with my business, but I will say I'm a lot further than where I was yesterday. So I know it'll work out, and just crossing my fingers. All right. Have a good one. Follow, subscribe, like, comment. Let me know where you're at. And yeah, let me know if there's anything I could talk about that relates to your life that's similar to what I'm going through. If you're like a single mom of 2 or 3 and you're juggling work, taking care of your kids, healing, and finding your people, I'd love to hear about it. All right. Have a good one. Bye.